I am pleased to have you return to my Coin Lady channel. What a difference just one day can make to the area. There was a low point 24 hours ago, and early today, it appeared like we wouldn't be able to recover either. We were planning to keep going down. I will discuss in this video what could cause XRP to become very valuable and, in the end, make a lot of XRP holders extremely wealthy. Currently, we are seeing strong movement across the board for some old coins, but we are not yet ready to celebrate completely. Let's take a cursory glance at the current situation. There hasn't been much of a shift, so the leading cryptocurrency is still trading at $97,000. Looking at XRP, though, we see that it has had a pleasant little bounce today, increasing by about 10% over the past 24 hours. Plus, if we go over to XRP right now second, it hasn't looked too horrible in the past week, during the past month, or when we take a look at the big picture of its price chart. I did, in fact, explain all of this in a video yesterday. In essence, I was seeking the lowest points at which to hold XRP. We were confused by that. This, though, is our current low point. Significant backing that dates back to December 1st is also here. Furthermore, this is a significant demand zone when we examine it closely. There is a significant demand zone all around this area. Now that we've filled the fair value gap, our focus shifts to clearing the highs, which are currently around $2.42, trading at about $2.31. On the lower time frames, such as the 4-hour chart, we're seeing some support at roughly $2.30. I'll be keeping a close eye on XRP this week because I think it could retest the upper trend line soon and push higher than the previous resistance zones, which are around $2.62. It seems like the US market is definitely changing, and I think that's evident from Ripple's actions, particularly around the hiring process, right? I've been watching closely for them to announce USD, but before we get into that, I want to go over here to explain why. Ripple is revolutionizing the way the world's governments, corporations, and developers handle cryptocurrency by providing cutting-edge solutions. Send us your message right away if you're fearless, enthusiastic, and prepared to make a change. In this sector, they are advertising for a chief compliance officer, senior staff, solution architect, partnerships, and senior staff, software engineer, payment processors. The amount of job postings in the US alone, though, is what really drives this home. Across the states of Florida, New York, and California, there are currently 35 job openings in the United States. What this tells me is that a major shift is beginning. Ripple would not be hiring 35+ people in the US unless they were not prepared to dominate this industry. Overall, I think the US regulatory landscape is changing, and it's changing dramatically. Roust is a huge, obvious indicator of that. Remembering back to December 4th, the rumor mill was full of predictions about the impending launch of RLUSD, Ripple's stable coin, onto the XRP ledger. December 4th was supposed to be the launch date. Ripple did tell us that they were still in talks with the New York Department of Financial Services, so that settled that rumor. We also know that Roust did not debut on December 4th. Now, I did write a post about it. I mentioned that Ripple is rushing to release Roust by the end of the year. If Ripple's planned USD peg stable currency doesn't launch by the end of the year, its chief technology officer David Schwartz has said that regulators may delay the introduction because of the holidays this month. Let your mind wander to the monumental beginning of 2025 for XRP, what with Gary Gensler's impending resignation on January 20th and the possible debut of the Roust stablecoin in January and, at the very latest, the first quarter. Even though XRP holders are now I, as a pro-crypto admin, believe that the world isn't prepared for crypto to become the center stage in 2025. Things like those are considered. Alright, I'd want to direct your attention to this post by Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. Breaking news. The New York Department of Financial Services has given their final permission for RLUSD, and the exchange and partner listings will be up soon. And just a friendly reminder, Ripple will be the first to let you know when RLUSD becomes online. Everyone should be keeping up with the ripple effect on X, and if possible, turning on notifications. Our main focus has been on describing this foundation for Roust so that we can see what happens when the launch takes place. How will it affect the XRP ledger? Also, how will it affect those who own XRP? Additionally, I can see clearly that the crypto scene is evolving. First things first, before I go on and on about how bullish this stable coin is and how it will make XRP holders extremely rich, I want to direct you all to this post. This was shared earlier today by XRP Drops and states that Tethered delisting will be available by year's end, in contrast to Roust. Scheduled for release by year's end, Bloomberg Tether, a stable coin that does not comply with EU regulations, has already been delisted from Coinbase. Bloomberg has now published this. Alright, I'm stuck with this article now. Although it is behind a paywall, we do know that Coinbase included this stable coin to their December list of EU non-compliant coins. We already know that Tether is now experiencing significant difficulties in the European Union market. Nick, you're Q, you might say. What a load of false information. Take a look at this. Here we have spanning the entire year, beginning on March 18th, crypto exchange OK. X delists Tether USDT for users in the EU. At this point, you may be thinking, okay, this isn't important. It's just a little trade. X is the fourth biggest exchange in the sector, with 5.96 million weekly views, therefore it's not actually true. One of the major participants is this. Uphold was the item that came next on the list. In addition to USDT, 5 other stable coins were delisted by Uphold. By July 1st, this had already taken place. Okay, it's gone, I know that from hearing a lot of people. That's not where it is. At this very moment, I'm rather certain that the EU USDT has been delisted, albeit I was glitching for many others. I can assure you that other exchanges have also been investigating this. Several exchanges have revised their listing policies recently. I'm aware of Binance, Kraken, and a couple others. Regulatory changes are occurring in this field at the moment, and when we consider the US market and MiCA in particular, things are going to go into high gear in January after Gary Gensler's resignation. At the moment, my whole attention is on Tether. This was also the update from June. Euro stablecoin, ounce, stamp delist, Tethers, crypto exchange, and MiCA laws all come into play. As a result of their desire to comply and their necessity to collaborate with these major entities, Tether has undoubtedly been the target of many of these interactions. That market in the EU is enormous. What do you all anticipate will happen with the launch of the Roust stable currency now that we're thinking about this and it's practically here? Seeing my video is an honor. When you're done, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think.